y'all, I'm Kim. I own Keller's Creations, and I am so happy to be able to share another fun class with you today. This is our Happy Halloween, this is our Happy Halloween card bundle. We're gonna add some rings to it and some background cardstock, and we are gonna turn it in to 4 double page layouts in our Happy Halloween Fun 4-pack class. We hope you like it as much as we do. Well, welcome to the cutting portion of our Happy Halloween Fun 4-pack. And like all the other classes that we do with our card connections like this, I just love transforming what we would usually use for cards, turning them into layouts, into scrapbook pages. And it's so quick and so easy. And like our perfect pieces that come with fun sheets, so do our card connections. We have a pack of 6x6 and a pack of 4x4. And the cuts, though, are so few. We're gonna do 2 of the 4x4s and 4 of the 6x6s because they're already at great sizes that work so well. So we'll be using some of the 6x6s whole and the rest of the 4x4s whole. And then we have a couple of scraps of paper that we put in here. We're gonna cut one of these, I believe. These are the pieces we have on the diagram. So I'm gonna save that black for last, and let's do our 2 4x4s first. It's this first diagram here, and you just need a 1-inch piece cut off. And with mine, I cut it with the stripe, meaning the cut went the same directions as the stripe. If you prefer your stripes to go this way on that page, that's totally fine. You could cut through them. But that's one cut. And that's one cut, and that's all we've got to do for the 2 4x4s. Now, the diagonal stripe on here is probably the one that is the trickiest, even though it's still super easy, if you get the first cut right. And that's why we put that on here for you, to show you where to cut. So, you need it at 2.5 inches, and that gives you that 2.5x6 piece. Then this piece is 3.5 wide, which gives you this measurement. So you're gonna turn it and you're gonna do these measurements here. So 2.5, so I know that I need a 2.5 and a 2.5. So I'm gonna cheat and measure at 5 and then at 2.5. And that gives me my 2 pieces that are 2.5 by 3.5. And if you have been a customer for long, then you know what that means. That's the size mat, 2.5 by 3.5, that goes on our accordion tags. And then the little piece that's left over is this 4th piece down here, which we use to embellish with, okay? Now, this diagram, super easy, a 2x6 piece off of all 3 of these, okay? So I will just measure at 4, and that gives me the 2-inch piece falling off. The same, and I can't remember in this set if it made a difference. Let's see, I cut through them on the chevrons. I was just double checking that on the instruction sheet, but it totally would work if the pattern went the other way. Okay, so that handles all the fun sheets that need to be cut. And the last thing we have is actually the first one that's on here, the 2x12 black. We're gonna cut it in half at 6. So this one will stay whole, that's your 2x6. And then this one, you're gonna cut into 2 pieces, 2x3. And we actually turned these little ones into tags. And we do that so easily by pinching the outside corners together and snipping those off. Then you would take a tiny hole punch and punch a hole in it, okay? You could staple ribbon on, you could even use glue dots to attach something to it if you don't wanna do the hole punch part. Now, you can do this one by pinching it and snipping as well, but if you want these to be exactly the same size, just hold the first one over it, and that will give them to you at the same angle. All right, and that's all it takes to do those 2 little tags. Now that was just a couple of minutes, but all your work is done now to lay out the 4 double page layouts in this kit, okay? So cut these pieces apart. Remember to use your punches for these, and you use your punches by turning them upside down to punch those out. 1 1/4 and 2 inch are the 2 sizes for all of our circles and all of our kits. And once you punch all those pieces out, which should take you a couple more minutes, you can knock out 4 double-page layouts with 1 class pack and show off all of your Halloween pictures. Welcome back, y'all. Now that we're done cutting the few pieces of the fun sheets with the diagrams that were included in the instruction pack of your kits, we're going to go over the 4 layouts and talk about a few of the options on them so you can see how versatile they are for you, not with you. Stumbling over my words today, y'all bear with me. Okay, on this one, we did an accordion tag on the page. Now these are scored and are made to fold and stand up to be a great gift card holder. But when I designed this die many moons ago, I made sure it would fit perfectly on a 12 by 12 layout. If you do 2 of them across the bottom, you can actually get 8 pictures just like that on a page. But this one I did vertical so you could do 4 photos here. Now, you can always do the option of doing 1 bigger picture or 2 bigger pictures, or just put some of more embellishments on some of them and maybe do photos here. And you could add white cardstock to these and turn those into journal boxes. So lots of options, whatever works for you and your kit. All right, this we show as a 4x6 vertical. If you have a photo you need to crop down, it's still gonna look okay. And if you have a 4x6 horizontal you need to go there, you could just tuck it up under the edge of these. This one, I would probably actually crop it round. And if you haven't worked with our rings before, remember, you take a ring and you glue it on top of your photo, and then you trim the outside edges off. Now this one would look good with just a square or a horizontal photo under it if you don't want a round photo. Over here, horizontal or vertical 4x6 is gonna look great, and this ring will bring your eye into that. So I would probably do your focal picture here. We have done mats here for smaller pictures. If you have less pictures than we're showing, just move this little title card or embellishment card over to here and just maybe do 2 pictures. And then if you still don't have that many photos, you could put this on here, slide it to the outside and put these 2 side by side, and that would become a fun 4x6 mat, okay? So make it work for whatever your pictures are. Now this was one of the big pieces left from the diagram when we cut them. And these guys are the border strips out of the card connection pack. And just cut little snips out of them, okay? And I cut 2 little pieces off here to go here. And I love the way that looks. It kind of reminds me of like a first prize at the fair kind of ribbon. It really makes that picture look special. All right, this one shows a bunch of photos again. So if you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pictures, it works great. If you have less than that, you can totally act like, well, first of all, these mats are not included. We showed the white mats where just your photos could go. But if you have 1 less photo, make it a 4x6 and it could go here and slide this one over. If you have 1 more less photo, take that one out and just have 3 or 4 pictures here, okay? You could totally leave this one off and you're gonna be fine on this page. And if you actually had more photos, if you had 10 instead of 9, you could tuck another one in here. So totally make it work based on your pictures. But then these are your last 2 little border strips, okay? We snipped one out, notch out of both ends and then cut them to be roughly the size, you know. We don't want them the same size. You got to add some interest to the page. Okay, I love all these pages. This Halloween stuff is so fun. All right, this is definitely one of my favorite pages in here because I love that you can get a lot of pictures. I love this candy corn paper. We cut that piece in half and we cut this border strip in half to tie those 2 pages together. And then we have attached the other photos, 4x6s here and here. And I would do a 4x6 up under that as well. And then it looks like one big element with a couple of fun embellishments on here. We created 2 borders down the page with photos with the 4x4 mats, and then the rings would highlight over these 2. All right, but the fun, really fun addition are our slide frames that we put here. Extra little pictures could go in there, but if you don't have close-ups, say of the people that you're doing, trick-or-treating, or whatever Halloween photos you're doing, if you don't have small enough photos of them to go in here, what if you took pictures of some of the backgrounds and the decorations you want to highlight? Or what if you took like a bowl of candy corn and just took a big picture of a bunch of candy corn? Those would look so cute in there, okay? Otherwise, you could do bling or any kind of little Halloween embellishments to jazz up the page in those frames. So photos or whatever you've got is going to look super cute in there. If you have less pictures, you can leave these two off, and that ring could go here to highlight over this. So make it work for whatever the number of photos you have. All right, and I did save my absolutely favorite for last. This is so much fun. These little pockets that we created here. So all of these were your 6x6 fun sheets that we cut a 2-inch piece off of. And you just put adhesive around the edges of them so that you can slide all these fun tags in. And these are the little tags that we cut from the 6-inch piece that came off of here. So that cardstock piece was left whole. This one we cut in half and cut a notch out. And then these were the two little tags that we created. I glued that one in place. And then there's one more slide frame to highlight something fun right there. Photo, decoration, or just another embellishment. And this one I would probably use for my journaling, okay? Here's another slide up here. So you ended up with a bunch of them in this kit, but they totally work. The black frames with little photos in them or something special you want to show off. And then lastly, last tip is don't forget the center of our ring set. It is the perfect size to mat your 2-inch circles. And I think it looks perfectly on that Jeepers Creepers one. Okay, I hope you enjoyed these layouts. They come together so easily and show lots of versatility. Oh, I forgot one thing. This page, you could save this white cardstock in your kit and do it when you want another white background. This page would work perfect with ugly paper here because once your photos are in place, all of the background's going to be covered. So use up your ugly paper in your stash and save that white cardstock for when you need a bright white background. All right, y'all, for a little bonus, I actually wanted to talk to you about these couple of pages that Wendy got finished with this kit with some of her Disney pictures from a Mickey's Very Scary Halloween Party a few years back. And I got to go with her. It was so much fun. A big group of us went, and we were all centered around Wendy in her Alice in Wonderland costume. But this page, she did it pretty much like we had in the sample. Her picture seemed to work for it, but she added white cardstock of her own to set those pictures off on the black and so you could see them better. Otherwise, they would really blend in. So that white cardstock, I think, was the perfect addition to this page. And look how fun it is here. 6x6 mats are so versatile because you can do horizontal or vertical photos on them or crop them to a smaller size. So this, she just cropped a little bit of the edge out. It's not even a true 4x4. It may be 4x5. Maybe she cut an inch off, but I think she just cut something off she didn't want to see there. And then you can see that cute background paper all around it. Totally perfect. And then the other page I snagged from her to show y'all was, I wanted to show you, look how fun that is with the ring offsetting that page. And y'all, this is Keller of Keller's Creations. Look at him ducking down to make sure he doesn't hit his head on Space Mountain. All right. And here she opted to do a square photo and have that ring highlighted. And I think it is just perfect. I think she said she was going to add a little white journaling block onto this one. But look how she changed up the accordion tag to work with her photos. She had one that cropped small. And then this one, she cropped a 4x6 down just a little bit and let it go over those two panels there. So accordion tags are super versatile. And on this side, she had one less photo and she moved the embellishment over. Totally, totally works. So you can see the versatility with someone's photos on the page. So I hope you like these. I'm so glad you were here for class today, and we hope you'll join us for another one soon.